Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Watching that, Barney.
They'll set up to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Off play action. Fields. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong in the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Watching that, Barney. Gone.
Throwing on first down. Fields eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Lucky 56. Over.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields dancing to his left. Now he's got a man complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake. Fields. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth.
All right, now, look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watching that, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He sets to fire deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 59 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Watching that, Barney! Barney! Over!
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
and they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fields. Flush to his right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 1st and 10, Fields forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, Fields. Being chased out left. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got at 29 yards that time. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
All right, here we go.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are in for 6. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney. you now, Barney. Barney.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception.
Lucky 56. Gun!
Operating from the gun, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A huge play that time for the Colts. And even 50 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. From the gun, Fields escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Green 39! Green 39!
They get it to him running left. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. And he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job, execute it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriots.
to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Gone, 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 gone.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Young quarterback, got to learn. Need to get rid of the football.
Because when you don't get rid of the ball, they accumulate more sacks. But you're exactly right. Internal clock has to go off. Either get rid of it or start to take off and go.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Going up top. Got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And that one results in 35 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Over.
Throwing on first down. Fields flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
To throw on second down, Fields buying time to his left. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. On first and 10, Fields steps away to his left. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Off play action. Fields. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Parkey's kick is good. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Elliott now to kick this one away. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw on second down. Fields dancing to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. The Colts on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Off the play fake. Fields. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Fields. Now he's and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And get that to Michelle, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Michelle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's good for a gain of 7, but still a few inches short here with 4th down coming up.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Try the ground game here with the running back. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continued. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Detroit!
On third down, Fields forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll drop to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he fields it cleanly. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And the Colts coming out now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the gun, Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Fields. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. To Michelle on the dump off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Yeah, they're going to try to eat some clock with Michelle. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
21.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michelle. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
21.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. In for the score, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Garoppolo on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Sony Michel, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Falcons have broken our tie. And it's up and good. Elliott now to kick this one away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields being chased out left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down. Fields. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Back to throw. Fields. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. From the gun, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Colts on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third down and 12. Operating from the gun. Fields staying on his feet. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
You